Welcome back, boys and girls, and give you a little update how me and Gary are doing. Gary's dead. A Keter class got out and creamed him against the wall. So until they can get the site back on lockdown, I've just been locked in my room. Um, yeah, which could be for another 5-6 days. They left me some military rations, but that means I don't get any tea, nor do I get any of my normal utilities and walk time, which means a whole lot more of these recordings are coming your way. Now, on to my favorite SCP. SCP-261. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Any access to SCP-261 must be approved by staff with Level 2 security clearance or higher. Any and all items dispensed by SCP-261 must be recorded along with the amount of money entered and the amount of time elapsed between uses. Currently, SCP-261 may be used only 10 times in a 24-hour period, with no transaction exceeding the equivalent of 500 Japanese yen. Testing approved by Site Command is not under these restrictions. Items dispensed by SCP-261 should be reviewed by site health and safety officials before consumption. Failure to do so releases the Foundation from any obligation regarding negative effects. I think they turned the ventilators off, so... air's gonna be getting a little toasty in here. Items deemed dangerous or useful to research will be wow. See, this is why I need my tea. Items deemed dangerous or useful to research will be confiscated by site security, with financial compensation provided in proportion to money spent. Yeah, in other words, they're gonna take whatever cool doodad you got and give you the dollar that you spent back. It's about usually what we approved at the time, I think. Description. SCP-261 appears to be a large black vending machine with no front glass panel and a small keypad on the right side. SCP-261 was recovered in... no way I can pronounce that. Japan. SCP-261 was brought to the Foundation's attention after investigation of an urban legend about a magic vending machine and was circulating on the internet. SCP-261 was found in a back alley behind a large shopping center with a handwritten sign saying out of order in Japanese taped to it. SCP-261 has no marks or identification of any kind, and no locals remember when or how it became in its current location. Internally, SCP-261 appears to be a basic vending machine equipped to vend food and beverage items. After a key was made and the front door opened, no abnormal materials were found, and it was deemed that SCP-261 has never actually contained any food or beverage items. The keypad, while connected and operating correctly, does not activate any of the dispensing mechanisms, which really fucked with the guys over in the electronics department. They were hoping they found some way to pull stuff from other dimensions or voids, but nada. While money placed in SCP-261 and a 3-digit number is entered on the keypad, SCP-261 will vend a random item. SCP-261 has not accepted any currency other than yen, when rejected currency being deposited in the coin return slot. It is unknown how these items appear. However, SCP-261 will not operate when the door is open, or when recording devices are placed inside. The number entered on the keypad has no effect on the item vended, nor any pattern has been detected. Items are always some sort of snack food, and typically have bright attention-grabbing packaging. Let's see, what was one of the ones that came out? Cheetos came out once, and it was the most blandest thing ever. Sorry, I'm thinking of food. Think of my military rations over in the corner. Joy. SCP-261 is capable of operating with no external power supply, but operation in this state will cause unstable vending to occur, much more likely and quickly than normal. If SCP-261 is used several times in a short period of time and or large amounts of money are entered before an item is vended, SCP-261 will start to dispense bizarre items. While still food, their suitability for consumption is often non-existent. Yeah, don't know how to put it. It'll dispense things that seem like food and end up being quite toxic and horrible. So here's during testing phase 8, the log. 800 yen were entered for each item. Items being dispensed every 2 minutes. SCP-261 is attached to a power supply. So, Coke Zero. A can of Diet Coke, packaged in English. It was completely regular. We ran it through a mass spectrometer, and we got chewed out for using a mass spectrometer to check out a thing of Coke. It was difficult to explain that it came out of a magic vending machine. Yeah, even when you're working at the Foundation, sometimes shit like that doesn't fly over with the best. Cheetos. Oh, yeah, here's the bag of Cheetos. A small bag of Cheetos snack food packaging in English. Tasted just fine. That's my own little note there. They did taste mostly fine. I wasn't actually assigned to this one. I was just kind of bumming around and... Well, I mean, it's a magic vending machine. It's not... they'll kick your ass if you refer to it as magic. It's an anomalous vending machine. When you start saying magic, they start wanting to kick you out. So... Black. A single pack of caffeinated chewing gum, packaging in Japanese. Yan. A single yan cone with pecan dipping frosting, packaged in Japanese. The company that usually produces this item does not actually produce this flavor, so that was an interesting one. Pepsi Dragon Twist. A can of Pepsi Cola with trace fruit flavor, packaging in English. Flavor identified as dragon fruit. PepsiCo does not produce this product, but you can find it in the cafeteria of Site 20. We mocked it up using a mass spectrometer. That was... Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why I'm in this cell. Dark Side Cola. A can with clear plastic sides, packaging in Japanese. Liquid inside is clear when opened. Liquid appears to react to the air and changes to a dark black over a period of several seconds. The black coloration looks like billowing smoke and cannot be reversed. Liquid's taste described as cola with something spicy in it. Yeah, that's a fairly normal one, honestly. The Little Bakery 7 grain, a small tube the size of a candy bar with a green button, made of aluminum packaging in English. When the top is twisted off, a massive dough is extruded. Dough contains several enzymes and bacteria that have not yet been identified. On contact with air, these cause the dough to rise and bake, killing the microbes in the process. Produces a small, round loaf of bread weighing 250 grams. Taste described as good, but chewy. Yeah, it was... I don't know, I don't think chewy's the best word. It was very tough. And it had, like, if you ever got something out of a vending machine that might have been in there a little too long, that weird, plasticky packaging taste, it had a bit of that to it. Oh, yeah. Lemon clams. Thick plastic baggie with a plastic tube on the side, containing water and 12 clams. Packaging in Dutch. Following on packaging instructions, the plastic tube was cracked with a glow stick. Like a glow stick, not with a glow stick. Whoops. That would have made it very toxic. Liquid in the bag flashed to steam, venting from a hole that popped open in the top of the bag, slightly burning one researcher, because he was a dumbass and had his face standing over it. Steaming finished after 38 seconds, after which clams were found to be fully cooked and infused with a mild lemon flavor. On investigation, clams matched no recorded species. It was a little difficult to tell with them being cooked and all, but yeah, I actually did the test for that, and they didn't match any I knew of, and running them past a researcher who specializes in mollusks told me that, yeah, this was some weird mutation of a possible other type. It's very weird, some of the shit you work with at the Foundation. Here's the fun ones. Unknown. After the lemon clams, we moved a, how do I put this? We moved in a positive air pressure tank, which, it's a positive air pressure handling, thing. Effectively, you have two gloves inside of a sealed chamber, and we pressurized it to a little over 1 atmosphere. That way, with, I think we pressurized it with helium, so we could get a it to not react as much as possible after the 2 or 3 instances of destroying things. So, unknown, small mesh bag filled with small multicolored pyramids, packaging in an unknown language. Pyramids found to be very hard and unpleasant tasting compared to chalk in taste and consistency. When placed in hot water, pyramids open and produce strings that quickly dissolve, coloring the water the same shade as the pyramid. Water had no additional taste, but testing revealed a sharp increase in mineral, carbohydrate, and protein content, with several minerals identified at the present time. The content was found to be consistent with recommended intake of nutrients for adult humans. Researcher ingesting the water reported stomach cramps 2 hours later, but no other effects. Someone needs to update that. It could just be the fact that he was cramping very badly, but he shat himself. That's probably not included to save face. Aluminum box with a small glass window on the side and a large round button on the top of the package. Packaging is in an unknown language. Box is seamless and appears to be filled with small round animals covered in fur. Oh yeah, this one was really weird. Each with 3 small paws and a single large eye. Pressing the button caused the inside of the box to rapidly become superheated, cooking the small animals alive. Muffled noises and scratchings were heard for several seconds during the cooking process. After 1 minute 30 seconds, the front panel opens and gives access to the now cooked animals. Professor Kane volunteered to eat the animals, with no other researchers willing to do so. No shit. Taste described as crunchy and very spicy with a small hint of beef. Yeah, he's the kind of guy who would eat paste in elementary school. Just gonna throw that out there. Unknown, a tall, thin aluminum can, packaging in an unknown language. Opening the can caused a chemical reaction with the liquid inside the can. Liquid was apparently not intended for an oxygenated atmosphere and detonated violently, causing several injuries and killing 2 researchers. Testing discontinued and area cleared. Testing area observed smell like citrus for several days. Yeah, it's kind of impossible to open a pop-top can inside of one of the pressure things, so we took it out, and that happened. Which is why, from now on, they should have been done in that. But I don't think we ever held to it for more than like 1 or 2 tests. We're the smartest individuals. Wow, that's very weird saying about people who collectively had like 10 doctorates. Well, anyways, I'm going to leave you there, and I'm going to see how one of those military rations taste. Probably a bit like chalk.